Hey, what's going on there? This is Hank Klinger. I am doing a new video for you guys on the Facebook Graph 2.0 system. It's a new system that just came out. For those of you that still have the older Facebook, I also did a video on the Facebook method. You can find it on YouTube, Hank Klinger, the Facebook method. But if you don't have the new graph system, I highly recommend that you go into Google and search for Facebook Graph Beta. It's coming out. You do have to get on a waiting list. But as soon as you get it, you can become a powerhouse on Facebook. It allows you to do very highly targeted searches for whatever niche you're looking in, whether it be network marketing, direct sales, or personal motivation, or vitamin deals. Whatever you're looking for, it doesn't matter. If you're looking for other people that are similar, say you're a band member and you're looking for other people that are in your area that play music, or you're looking for other cooks, or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So you can apply this to anything, really. But what I want to do today is I just want to show you how to use Facebook Graph in a proper method to be effective. This is my home page right here, my page, of course. I just moved out to Gothenburg, Sweden. I went full-time online in January, thanks to the system that I use that allows me to create generous income online. And for the next few months, I'll be traveling around Europe, so keep an eye out if you want to see some cool pictures from places like Holland and France and Eastern Europe. This is actually the North Sea right here in Gothenburg, outside of Gothenburg, Sweden. This is actually a place called Orust that I was privileged enough to go up to and meet some family of a friend of mine, my business partner right here, Anders Sveen. So anyway, if you have questions, you can look me up online here on Facebook, or you can sorry about these messages here, or you can look up Anders Sveen. He's my business partner, my accountability partner. So anyway, let's get started here. So all you do is you go up to your search box. This is very simple, but highly targeted, just like you would in your Facebook, your old Facebook. And say you have an event coming up for your business in a place like Denver, Colorado in July, and you're looking for like-minded people in the area. Now what I would do is I would start off with a generalized category. Let's say I'm looking for people who live in Colorado and how about self-employed and loving it? Perfect. You see that right there. Just click on that right there and see what it comes up with. Here we go. As you can see, I already have some friends on here. This is where the Facebook Graph is absolutely phenomenal. Is you can actually refine the search over here. And let's say that I'm trying to look for some powerful entrepreneur mindseted women that are just badasses. Well, I would just go over here and say female gender right here, and it kind of narrows it down, and then I can go down. I really don't care about the relationship because this is purely business. I don't care about the employer because anybody can do this. Hometown doesn't matter, school doesn't matter. Friendship, this is where you can narrow it down and save yourself some time. Is how about people that don't know me, not my friends? Perfect. Now you can go through here, and you have to get creative about who you're looking at. There's so many different things you can search for, whether it's, like I said, personal development, or people that can just relate to you that you want to start a conversation with and start building a relationship with and trust with. And I'm going to tell you that when you're doing these sort of things, you want to take your time. You don't want to look desperate. You really want to look into these person's backgrounds and check out their profile pages and see where you can connect with them, and if it's the kind of person that you ultimately want to connect with, that you'd want on your team if you are doing something like network marketing. And from there, you just give them a simple hi, and I'll show you how to do this here in a second. But you never want to look desperate, and you want to take your time. It does take time to build a relationship, and of course there are times where people will close themselves in a matter of hours or a matter of minutes, but for the most part, just take your time and get to know these people, and you can literally have five conversations going on at a time. And this is one of the most effective forms of free marketing there are. And the beauty of this Facebook method is that once you actually get it down, you can apply these strategies for building relationships to any social media network, whether it's LinkedIn, Google+, Facebook, SlideShare, DocStock, Squidoo, Pinterest. It doesn't matter. You can comment and like and build relationships anywhere online, and it just totally expands your network, get your content out there, and get your name known among people, and it really helps you out. You just have to spend a little bit of time learning the ropes, so to speak. So let's start with here. Okay, 13 mutual friends. Probably not going to go too in depth with someone like her, but like here, no idea, no one knows her. So what I would do here, just to save some time, is open this link in a new tab and just allow that to sit up there. Here's one beautiful thing about the Facebook Graph that I want to show you guys. is you can actually bookmark your search over here, Facebook graph searches. I made a folder for that. There we go. And then next time I come up, I can just go to my bookmark. I can bring up the page, and I'll know, remember who the last person you message was. That way you don't double message people or step on your own toes, so to speak. Okay, so let's say I want to message a few people. One mutual friend, George Breyer. He's a great friend of mine. He's absolutely awesome. Brandy Roberts, I did a hangout with her last night for the Hail Squad. You can actually see it, the replay of it. You can find the link on my Facebook page. Jordan Schultz, he's another badass right here. Mike Hobbs, one of my team leaders. See all these people. Matt Dunn's a good friend of mine. These people are all absolutely badasses. Here we go. Here's somebody else. Doesn't know anybody I know. So I'll go to that. Here's another person. We're just going to do a few here. Let's see. Self-employed and loving, works at Import Sports Performance. See, someone like him I could probably connect with because he does sports. He does working out and exercising probably, and that's something that I would do. And it's up to you, the kind of people that you really want to connect with. Lives in Denver, Colorado. It doesn't hurt to just check it out. There's one thing I will say is be respectful and be very courteous when you're targeting people and messaging people. If someone's married in the same age group as you, you might want to be very careful about how you go about introducing yourself to them so you don't offend them or their significant other. It's all about being respectful and never pitch right off the bat. You don't want to do that. You want to build a relationship first. You don't want to spam anybody. See here, for this woman, I will check out where she's at, okay? She's from Florida, lives in Colorado, coaching and training. That's awesome. So you can tell she's got a lot of value. I'm imagining there's not spam or anything. She might not have anything to do with marketing necessarily, but she's self-employed, which means she probably has a good entrepreneur mindset. Some of these groups, likes, she loves dogs, she loves cats, so that's awesome right there. You can get a feeling for these people and really be genuine and sincere about what you're messaging them about. Tony Robbins, awesome. I mean, love all this stuff. Very positive person, you can tell here, and you can even go into things like, check out their photos if they allow that, and you can see what kind of stuff they're into. Definitely loves her family, loves her animals, loves vacationing and traveling. And like I said, be respectful. Be very, very respectful. So what I would do here is I've checked all this out and checked out her about section and, coaching and training, just curious. And I would actually, a lot of times what you want to do is you want to feed into people's egos, but genuinely about it. Like, I appreciate the fact that she's does coaching and training. I imagine it's some kind of life coach or some kind of motivational coach, which is awesome. That's definitely the kind of person that, would make it here in the system that I use, and that I'd probably want on my team because she seems like she's pretty motivated and has a good attitude. That's a good thing. And if she's a life coach and she coaches other people how to be motivated, that means she's probably pretty self-motivated, so you wouldn't have to hold her hand and walk her through everything. So I'll just start off with a message here and say something along the lines of, "Hi Vicky, I just stumbled upon your profile and saw that you are a coach and trainer. Would that be along the lines of a life coach or motivational speaker?" I think it's awesome when people have a positive purpose in life to help others. Period. I would love to learn more. Hope you don't mind. I added you as a friend. You don't have to make it this long, but if you really want to be genuine and connect, I would. And I always add that in there. Hope you don't mind. I added you as a friend. It comes off as very non-threatening and almost asking permission, but then taking the action beforehand. And I had problems in the past about getting 30-day slaps for adding people and posting people because I was too direct with my business and I wasn't connecting with them first, and I was coming off almost as a threatening way. You see, people put this wall up. They have this natural defense mechanism that helps them protect themselves from being pitched to and just from people that are not genuine people. So you really want to build a connection first, let people let their wall down. You know, I never even mention my business before they ask about it. And even when they ask about it, I don't go into detail about it. You always want to be vague and keep people guessing and wondering. Okay. So hope you don't mind. I added you as a friend. And I am also in the business of helping others take care. Awesome. So, and I'll send that to her. Your message was successfully sent, and then I'll add him as a friend right away. Some people tell you against that, but you know, it all comes down to belief and doing things in the right way. Two good friends of mine, two mentors of mine who are highly successful in the company that I'm with, you know, one day I was on talking to them. They said the Facebook method works. And I said, well, you know, I've been slapped twice. It doesn't work for me. And they said, just do it. And I got off the phone and I said, okay, I'm going to make this work no matter what, and I'm not going to get slapped. And that was over 2 months ago, and it's worked great since then. I get sales from Facebook on a regular basis, and I highly recommend it to anybody as long as you learn and you do a little training, and don't get discouraged if you get slapped. It happens to everybody. Just move on, and you can apply this strategies that I'm showing you right here to any social media network. There are a little bit different tactics for Google Plus and LinkedIn. I'll be doing videos on that later, as well as SlideShare and Squidoo and DocStock. There's some different sorts of engagement that you have to go through in order to properly build relationships and connect with other marketers or other people in your niche. So that being said, okay, I'll just close this window out and bam. Okay, it's Suzanne Robbins. Let's check this. Owner at Visions Relationship Coaching, psychology professor at Community College of Denver, and facilitator. That's awesome. I don't know what Cuddle Party is, but so owner at Inner Visions Relationship Coaching. So she's all about helping people too. She's probably a cake decorator or has a family who owns a cake business or something like that. That's something you could connect with them on if you're a baker or into that sort of thing, which is huge. Relationship coaching, Beyond Harmonies, the 5 elements in love, sex, and spirituality. You know, likes, go check out what she's a very, very spiritual person. You can tell from this woman that she, a lot of stuff on Eastern philosophies, like occupy the present, you know, the living in the moment, Zen. She probably meditates on a regular basis. Daughters of Gaia, I mean, she's very in touch with the earth. You know, karmic whisperer, she believes in that, you know, do unto others, and that what you do to others was reciprocated to you. You know, you can see all this stuff. Shamanic spirit circles, so she's into some different kinds of cultures. You see, this is something I could connect with her on, is because I've done ayahuasca down in the Amazon jungle with the Waorani Indians. I'm very in touch with the shamanic, spiritualistic cultures around the world. You know, tribal convergence, you know, all this. I've studied all this stuff, so this is great right here. Persistency and motivation. She loves her grandchildren. I mean, you can see so much from this that you're learning right here, just how to build a relationship with somebody. It's absolutely amazing. And I mean, look at this. This woman is just telling you everything about her life and about what she loves through what she likes. It's amazing, really, the things that people put out here, and you could tell that she's probably a genuinely good person, you know, and probably goes out of her way to help people, which to me would be exactly the kind of person that I want in my life, and exactly the kind of person who would be looking for something like the business that I work in. The kind of people that, you know, that we want, and the kind of people that make good leaders, you know, and that teach others to lead and teach others to serve. This is definitely a very, very positive connection I can make here. And you got to look at it this way too, is that even if they don't sign up with you, you have the potential of making a very good friend who you can learn a lot from and teach a lot too. So you never know. You gotta look at it that way too. And see, that's just her likes, you know. And then go about her about section. She's a college graduate, Community College of Denver. She's a professor. She's traveled all over the U.S. She's been to Missouri and all these places, Virginia, from New York. Lives in Colorado. She's got her own website. Very spiritual. I mean, this woman seems like a very amazing person to me, and I'm just gonna message her. Hey Suzanne, just stumbled upon your profile. I'll use that a lot because it's very non-threatening, and I noticed all sorts of cool stuff that I had similar interest in. I also am very spiritual and actually have spent time in the Amazon with natives and did a spirit journey. And this is true. I spent time with the Waorani Indians in eastern Ecuador and actually did a spirit journey on ayahuasca, which is a very strong, potent hallucinogenic drug that kind of puts you in touch with the other side. It was amazing. Spirit journey with ayahuasca. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I won't even have to say it because I can't spell ayahuasca. It's a hard thing to spell, and there's so many different ways. I always love to connect with other positive, and this is true, speaking from my heart, like-minded people, and see, like-minded people, so I hope you don't mind. I added you as a friend. And see, that's the beauty of all this. Is that you can really pick and choose the kind of people you want to connect with and that you can potentially have on your team. And if you're doing network marketing, you don't have to necessarily get somebody who's been in the niche for years. Sometimes it's better to have people that have a fresh mind that aren't set in their old ways. I didn't do network marketing. I didn't start until November of last year. And I had no technical skills before that. I had absolutely no background on computers. I didn't like computers. I was a commercial fisherman in Alaska for 8 years on the Bering Sea, crabbing, longlining, and doing salmon in southeast Alaska, out of Sitka, out of Bellingham, Washington. And when I wasn't doing, as a deckhand, and when I wasn't doing that, I was a chef on yachts and cruise ships and various restaurants throughout the United States. So when I got online, I had no skills whatsoever. And I learned everything as I went and corrected my course as I went and learned from my mistakes, which do happen, and those actually create a foundation for a better, more successful, efficient way of doing things. So, don't just focus on network marketers because a lot of them are burned out, and you really got to pick and choose the kind of people who you'd like to work with and have on your team. So I'll just send that message. And I'll add her as a friend. And I would only recommend doing, maybe 10 people a day, 5 to 10 people when you're starting, and, only having about 5 conversations maximum at a time so you can really engage them and focus on them. And, maybe even just a few people a day when you start. It only takes 15 minutes. That way, the risk of being slapped isn't very high. Let's see, self-employed. Video producer, videographer, editor at self-employed. Let me see, that's awesome. I do video marketing. You never know. This could be a good connection. She might be an absolutely phenomenal video editor, make badass videos. The connection could be amazing, and that's another thing that I could bring up to her. I said, you do videos. Well, guess what? Video marketing was one of the most effective ways to market. So you would fit perfect here because you could do your own videos, and you have a child who absolutely brings joy to the world just from looking at them, and people really connect with that. I think you would do great here in this company. So, and most people are looking for a better way of life. They really, really are. Now I just got to figure out other things, but I think the video thing would really, really be a good connection here. And she looks like she's married and happy and has an awesome child, or in a relationship or whatever. You know, she looks like she's having a good life. You know, she loves her baby and loves her man. And like I said, you have to be respectful. Keep this strictly business. Hi, Katrina. I just came across your profile and noticed that you do video editing and are self-employed. Period. That's awesome. Let me keep it simple here. I'm also self-employed and do video marketing, period. Would love to connect, period. Maybe we could do some business in the future. I'm telling you, add this every time. It works for me every time. Hope you don't mind. I added you as a friend. You know, throw a little happy face in there just so less threatening. The less threatening you look, the better. Send. Cool. Let me see it. Okay. Last one. Let's see, just for the day. Erica Lemus. And honestly, if there's nothing about here to connect on, I'm probably not going to go out of my way here. I don't really watch TV, books, and she speaks Spanish, which I'm not very fluent in. I speak a little bit of Spanish, just enough to get by. Where's she from? Republica. I don't know what that might be. It's not Ecuador. I'm not sure what flag that is. From Medellin. I think she's from Honduras, but I'm not sure if that's Honduras or not. I'm going to find out right here. El Salvador. Okay, so she's from El Salvador. She probably just moved up here at some point. Lives in Denver now. Not really sure what she's all about, so I'll be honest, and I'm not going to even go there. You know, but that, you know, that's the basics of building relationships with somebody. And I'm going to go back to my home page here. Here's my buddy George Breyer I was talking about. There's me right here to give you guys a face to this voice. This is my buddy Anders Fien. He's from Sweden. This is the hangout we did last night, which was awesome. It actually kicked ass. And just so you know, every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, me, Hurricane Arthur Tubman, Brandon Sharp, Tommy, the Polish dancer Ternowski, and Anders, the crazy Swedish Viking fiend, do a show at worldtravelershow.com. That's worldtravelershow.com, and it's no pitching, no selling, just pure value, stories of inspiration and stories of travel and life experiences that we've gone through. And the only links on the page are to our Facebook profiles, so that if you feel like connecting with us, you can do so. So check that out every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, worldtravelershow.com. Thanks for that. And I'm not going to go too much more detail, but let's just say we want to look for people who like anything. Let's see, California, and live in Chico. That's where I'm from. Sorry we couldn't find results. Big deal, Oh, people who like Hollywood. I don't even know my Facebook graph. You got to play with it. Things happen. People who live in Chico, California. Okay, whatever. This is my hometown. These are all friends of mine, of course. But like I said, you can go over here and say, I just want to look for people, for guys from Chico that Nuvo TV, Chico, California, watches, works at Italian guy catering. employer, self-employed entrepreneur in Chico, California. See, I mean, I might be able to connect with these guys and be like, hey, I'm from Chico, just saw that you're self-employed, like, pretty badass, you know, how'd you feel about checking this out? You know, I have some other friends in Chico who are in my system, and you guys might be able to work together and make some money. You know, it could be great. So you never know. Anything can lead in. You know, it can all lead to lead somewhere if you get creative. You lose the competitive edge and get your creative edge, because there is more than enough people. There's 1 billion people on Facebook alone. So anybody who tells you whatever system you're in is saturated is full of it. I don't care if there's 500,000 people in your system. That still leaves 950 million people on Facebook alone that you can connect with. And that's just Facebook. That's not including all these other social sites that I use right here. Twitter, StumbleUpon, Google+, LinkedIn, Reddit, Tumblr, Empire Avenue, Squidoo, Warrior Foreman, Blogger, Pinterest, e-zine articles, Suicide Girls, Scribd, DocStock, SlideShare, Instagram, and Dig, just to name a few. Yeah, and I even use Suicide Girls because there's people on there that connect with me that have tattoos that are in the rock and roll, you know, niche, and nobody else is on there. So, you know, you got to get creative here, people. I'm giving away some nuggets here, so get in there. And you can use these engagements the way I did on this on any of these places, you know. So I'll be doing more stuff on all this, so. Okay, so that's about it for the Facebook graph system. Like I said, you can save it. You can go through all this stuff and bookmark them and get really refined searches. Build the connections the way I showed you. Don't look desperate. Believe in yourself, and you can do this. Anybody can. And if you need anything, find me here on Facebook. My name's Hank Klinger. And if you're not in marketing, if you're looking for a better way of life, you're watching this right here for one reason and one reason only, and that's to learn how to make more money. And if that's the case, there's not 2 things you need to do, there's not 3 things you need to do. There's one thing and one thing only, and that's grab your mouse, click the link below this video, and get started today. So I'm Hank Klinger with the Empower Network. Take care. I hope this provided some value. Leave some comments.